I want to go over and do a little bit of sewing for you. You ever had a job that was sort of oversized for a needle and thread? Here's a rug, and I'd like to sew this rug together for whatever reason over here, and I want a good solid sewing. So I can find pretty good thread. In fact, I happen to have a very large spool of cobbler's thread that's used for making shoes, and I've had it for 100 years, and I very slowly work my way through it. But what I have here is an awl. Let's take a close look at that. This is a very common tool. It's easy to find, and if you look at our links, you'll see some connections to it. You'll find a sewing awl even on Amazon easily. There's a spool of thread down in the base here, comes out a hole, sort of has a tension wrap around here that keeps falling off for me. And then it comes up through the thread, a very strong needle on the end up here. Okay, so what it does is it works exactly like a heavy-duty sewing machine, but one stitch at a time. So when we want to come in, we're going to go in through here, and now there we go. Well, we have this thread on. When we started it, I actually went through and pulled the thread out, so I have the thread on both sides. When I want to pull it back, let's see if we can see that. You see, as I pull back, it bunches up and gives me a hole here. And then this little hole is what allows me, now that's what your sewing machine does automatically, is stick this guy in here. Actually comes out slightly stronger than most sewing machines because it now pulls that through, and then I can cinch this up on both sides real tight, and you're ready to go. The only key is you want to make sure that you put the thread through on this side, not on the side that's feeding the thread. If you put the thread through over here, everything gets tangled up. So when you push it through, we come through, and actually you can get fairly fast with this once you get going. But you can imagine just by my pushing here how tough that is. Make sure you know which side you've got here. You can actually try pulling the thread and see if it's going to come out. And then we thread this through, pull it up, come back, and then pull the two sides together. And we're getting something that's going to be a very, very sturdy joint to close that off. The sewing awl. It's one of those tools that's so useful, not expensive. Have it just around, and then when you need it, there it is.